What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today, look, I've told you a bit about OP-13. I've told you the set's out, I've told you that the prices are crashing quite dramatically, and they are, incidentally. What we haven't done, however, is have a look at the top 10 most valuable, most sought after, phrase it how you will, cards from the set now that it's out, and the prices are starting to stabilize a little bit, and we can see what's going on. And the thing is, OP-13 is a set which is jam-packed full of like legit big hits. But which hits are the biggest? Which ones do we want? That, ladies and gentlemen, is where I come in. And the thing is, this is such a big set with so many big hits that there's so much that don't make it in. You know, things like, for instance, the special rare Luffy. It's just over $200 right now. Very big card, special rare Luffy, all of that, big deal. Yeah, it doesn't make the list. The wanted poster Goldie Roger. Big deal, about $180. Not on there. The wanted poster Luffy coming in at about $160. Doesn't make it on there. And if you start having a look at the alternate art leaders like Imu at 70, you're like, well, come on, mate. You're not even close. I got free cards that are $160 to $210 that don't even make the list. And you think you're getting on at $70? In some sets, yeah. Some sets you can pull that off. Not this set, ladies and gentlemen. Not this set. And the thing to remember about a set like this, when you have this big set, and you have all of these big hits in the set, what that essentially does is inflate the entire set. Because now you got people that are buying boxes and cases looking for the big hits, which is then going to drive the price of everything up, and that is going to include just your ordinary everyday run-of-the-mill hits. Make no mistake about it, this set, big deal. So what does make the list? Well, in at number 10, we've actually got the wanted poster of Portgas D, which right now is rocking somewhere in the region of about $500. And you gotta forgive me on this one, and many of these, the prices, because these are big cards with low pull rates and expensive prices, the prices are all over the place right now. But this ace is about a $500 card. And the funny thing is, on release, it was about $250. This has spiked. And the reason it spiked is because it's a misprint. It's a mistake. This card got printed, compare it to the wanted poster Luffy. It's got Luffy's skill on it. If your leader is multicolor, set up to 4 of your Don cards as active, then you cannot play character cards with base cost of 5 more during this turn. The other ace were printed fine, but that on-play skill, they accidentally printed the Luffy skill on the ace card, and the reprints are going to have it corrected. There is a way to swap your misprint for a new one, but the reality is that has massively increased the price. But I also want to point out, this is a $500 card. It's number 10 on the list. There is nothing under $500 on this list. And some of the One Piece sets we've seen, if the manga rare is a low one, sometimes nothing on there gets up to $500. In at number 9, we've got ourselves Manga Rare Sabo, coming in at around about $630-ish. And the thing is, Sabo's cool. Like blocker, activate main once per turn, one of your characters gets +2 cost until the end of your opponent's next turn. Then give Arrested Dawn to your leader, and Sabo's just generally cool, and it's a manga rare, and it's still a $630 card, which incidentally is higher than a bunch of manga we've got in the game right now. But it's almost absurd to point out, yeah, this is just the manga rare nobody really wants to pull. You pull this one and you're like, oh man, I pulled the Sabo. It's weird. In at number 8, we've got the Silver Anniversary Shanks, coming in at about $750-ish. Again, take all of these prices with a pinch of salt. Nowhere has got lots of sales of this. I am doing my best with the prices. They will change, and they are not exact right now. Doing the best I can with what I've got. But with the Shanks here, Silver Anniversary Shanks, it's the one from OP-09 that gives all of your opponent's characters minus 1,000 power. It's got Rush, it's got 12k, it is the Silver Anniversary Shanks. It's a very big deal. Unfortunately, it's only the Silver Anniversary Shanks, so that's why it comes in about $750 in at number 8. In at number 7, we got the regular manga rare of Portgas D Ace, and this is the second best of the regular manga. Honestly, that's where we are. It's coming in at about $840 as we look right now. And this one, you'll notice it's actually got the correct skill printed on. If you've got 3 or less life, you gain Rush. That was on the other one. But on play, give a rested Don to your leader. And then you can return one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less to their hand. And then they can play a 4 cost or less from their hand. As a kind of an apology. But this is, it's still above the wanted poster, but not that much. It's been printed correctly. It's a manga rare. It's Ace. It's, again, decent for a manga rare generally, but it comes in at number 7 here just because there's so much else going on. In at number 6, we got the manga rare Luffy, which is coming in, as we record, somewhere in the region of about $1,200. This is the big manga rare in the set. It's Luffy, yeah? And I can tell you it's got double attack, which it does. I can tell you that it sets 4 Don card as active, but then you can't play characters with a base cost of 5 or more for the turn, which it does. But really, the explanation here is very simple. It's manga rare Luffy. People love Luffy. There we go. But even that somehow only comes in at number 6. Because in at number 5, we've got the Gold Anniversary Shanks. Everything I said about the Silver Anniversary Shanks is true, but now this one is a $1,400 card, and it's gold rather than silver, and it's got lower pull rates. It is as simple as that. So there we go. Now, in at number 4, I'm cheating a little bit. It is the God Pack 5 Outers, the God Pack Gorosei, those 5 cards. There's 5 of them, and they are different and better than the regular alternate arts. Better finish and all of that, much rarer. I'm grouping them together as a group of 5. And there's 2, and they're in at about 2,500. And there's 2 reasons I'm doing this. Partly, it's because you can only get them as a set of 5. Partly, it's because from everything I can see in the past few days, people are selling them as a set of 5. People generally don't want 1 or 2 of these in their binder, they want the set of 5. People generally don't want 1 or 2 of these in their deck, they want all 5, they all go in the deck. So, I'm lumping these together at 2,500. They're only available in a God Pack, they are crazy rare, and yeah, they're pretty spectacular. In at number 3, we got the red manga Sabo at 3,400, 3.4k. And basically, the top 3 here are our manga rares in the same order, but now they're red and they're much rarer, so the price goes through the roof. Sabo is actually going up after initially being a bit devalued, as I told you the other day, so it's up at 3.4k. In at number 2, we got Ace at 3.6k. This one is about holding steady. And it's the same card. Ace gets 3 entries on the list. Cool. And then in at number 1, it's a red manga Luffy. Now, I'm putting this as 7k, but even though, I've given you the disclaimer here, that we don't really know and that things are all over the place. But for the Luffy more so, this one is, like I showed you the other day, the last 3 sales of this red manga Luffy that I could find, there was one at 5,200, one at 6,300, and one at 8. So I've seen it sell for a fair bit less than 7. I've seen it sell for a fair bit more than 7. I'm putting 7 as a rough average from everything that I've seen over the past week or so. please bear in mind that when you get cards this rare, this sought after, where there are so few sales going on and the price is so high, it can be awkward to try and figure out exactly what's going on. So there we go. That's what you need to know. And now it's over to you guys. Have you pulled any of the top 10 cards from the set? Because all 10 of them are ridiculous. What are you thinking about OP-13? How hyped are you for the set as a whole? Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.